speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun. It's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram Beef.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Peace.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com, where reading fundamental, that's books with a Z. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs at herbsofmayaunt.com, My Aunt Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. And for those musical stylings, be sure to check out bhbaymusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morrisachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheikh Khari Goodman Bey.
Peace, Brian. Can you give us our aims if you don't mind? I'll just get a couple things together.
Indeed, and yes, sir. So, scientific study will illuminate the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, the creator of the stellar and ecclesiastical universe, has stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh Elohim, gave Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490, BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and operation of this divine pattern of the Mosaic tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua, the Messiah, as he really is, and his eternal purpose and plan. The Burning Bush Tabernacle, Science Temple and School is not just a church, but a school of research founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science according to the pattern of the tabernacle, man made in the image of God, to find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the Bible. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew names of the unity of the spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title, God, as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ, as the Word or Son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew title of the Father Yahweh in super and corporal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim manifested in a physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua, the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be of private interpretation, which we, the Burning Bush Tabernacle, have invented, but through research and study, with a good encyclopedia or a dictionary, anyone can discover for themselves of this great era. There was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to the J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and Son. Here at the BBT, our aims are as follows. 1. To illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2. To form a nucleus of universal brotherhood in humanity of Yahshua the Messiah without distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. Aim 3. To investigate the unexplained spirit law or so-called law of natures and the powers latent in man. 4. To encourage and promote the study of scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, modern, practical, and occult sciences. 5, to remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. 6, to learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. Aim 7, to discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. 8, to earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. Aim 9, to make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, saving the name Yahshua the Messiah. And last but not least, aim 10, to inherit eternal life now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah with the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. And with that, I say Islam, amen, and peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
Peace, 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 peace. I'll just mixing up my tea.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just
Okay,
mixing
bro.
up my tea. Great workout this morning, Malik, as always, bro.
Mom.
Yes, sir.
As always,
Was that
always.
herbs on my eye tea or what?
You know it. You know it. You know it. That's all we sip on is that herb of my tea. Oh, let me grab my little honey. Malik, can you give us our Moorish American prayer?
Absolutely. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation. By night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen Ashay, Shalom Aleichem, Arashar, Islamism, peace, 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 peace.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
We're gonna
Hope
dive into
everybody
the
doing
healing
good.
of the body, huh?
Yes. Hope everybody doing good, man. Gratitude to be here.
Yes,
Gratitude to know Malik, man, for our workout this morning, man, as always. You know, that's part of what
The
we do at
pleasure.
the BBT. And you all are welcome to join us, you know.
Absolutely. Come
But
one, come all.
yeah, absolutely. Well, here at the BBT, as my noble eloquently explained in our aims, we're not just a church, but we are a school. When we say church, that means the gathering of the body. We have to be okay with using words and understanding the origin of words. And we use our language. We are the body. So we are the church. Islam?
Islam.
Wow.
All right. You know, this is what we're here for, man. We're here to talk science. We're here to talk universal wisdom. But when we talk this universal wisdom, sometimes, like how Malik said, no one never taught it like this because they don't want the average man to know. And this is the average science. This is what I call a schoolmaster. When I say come ye, come one and come all, children, boys, and girls, there's no separation when I teach. Your children should be right there sitting with the foot because these are lessons from the womb. These are lessons. You don't switch your kids. Let's go send our kids off to children church and let them hear some mumbo jumbo Barney. No, they need this. See, and it's so much that need to be discussed, man. When I say this is the think tank, when I say things that's not common should be common in our society. Malik always talk about it in spirituality, the things that I talk about, how tax exempt status and how we can build and use our and everybody be like, man, damn, we've been hurt so much when someone come make it plain. And when you look at other religions and other nationalities that's doing it, we see the issue. It's nobody else's issue. It's a us issue. Think about it.
That's it.
Think
That's
about
all.
it. Yes. Everything I talk about is within, Even this science data, even this biblical science that I speak on, you have to get to the point to where it's within and a clear understanding or understanding, whatever catchphrase that you want to use.
If it ain't within, then it's without.
Yes, because the close companions shouldn't understand what I'm saying. My close companions should know this. So when we talk about esoteric healing, do everybody know what esoteric means? Esoteric mean what, Malik? You just said
Outward.
it.
Outward.
No, the S, the ES. That's the
Oh, the
inner.
in. Inner.
Yeah. So when we talk about these words and these phrases, and we let others make us afraid to say the names, and these words are too powerful as this. No, they're too powerful for you. This is esoteric healing. This is what we're talking about. This is the Holy Spirit, the esoteric healing. It just haven't been taught in that way. Now, when we break down all disciplines, words have synonyms. Then we're talking about the same thing. But this is the basic teachings. We are what? Connecting the science as God men do, as God women do. Think about what I'm saying with an open eye. Watch this as we talk about this esoteric healing. And the whole pictorial, when you see the body, you can put the image up, because we're going to go through this. I'm glad I found this because I was going to speak on it from my biblical context, but I said no, I'm gonna take it further. And then as soon as I was looking at my research with my notes, one of my references came up with a piece of context that I have that Noble Brian can share, and it came so beautiful. It came so, and watch how this esoteric story of the body, of the canal, you're going to start connecting the dots as we speak clearly. Because we're giving a schoolmaster. Brian, you can put it up whenever you can, Noble. Watch this. Watch how simple this is. This is the teachers. This is somebody told me, they said, Sheik, your teachers don't go viral because they're teachings. They were like, once everybody share this and break it up in pieces, because it's a schoolmaster. It's correcting every lower image or every doubt that someone can have. Yep. It's illuminating all of it. Because watch this. When we talk about the esoteric healing, when I talk about all scholars at different levels, they keep brothers and sisters away from studying and researching. At one point, we couldn't come together and do this. Especially talk about this science, especially talk about biblical history. Why? Because you would be killed. Hell, when we talk about Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, they were cast away for going against the church. And then you talk about some Negroes. Watch this. When we talk about this esoteric healing, understanding how these biblical concepts and this inner healing works. Watch how we connect it all across the boards. We talk about 3 laws. Now stay in the science, or you can talk about the most place, the holy place, and the quarter all about. Now watch this. Absolutely. Now watch this after 3 laws of health. Watch how we start making things plain. The law controlling the will to live. This involved the first aspect of will and power. So in different concepts, we call it what? The Father. In different concepts, we call it the Shiva, or the life, or the spirit. This law controls the what? Respiratory system. See? The second law controlling the quality of the rhythm. We're talking about some of these Kemetic principles. This involved the second aspect of love and wisdom. The sun, the Vishnu, the quality, the consciousness. It controls the cardiovascular and the nervous system. The third law controlling what? Crystallization, because everything has to crystallize. Think about what I'm saying. This involved the third aspect of active intelligence, which is the holy breath, or the Holy Spirit, the Brahma, the matter, the appearance. I'm talking more science, y'all.
Hello.
The law controls the metabolic system, the organs of assimilation and excretion. You see? So then when we talk about these things that's inside, I'm not talking about nothing outside yourself. We talk about happiness. That's a constant flow of successive adjustments that results in what? Growth. I said happiness, the assimilation of every expanding experience. So when we talk about disease, is a result of inhabited flow of soul energy to the body. Think about it. It's a process of liberation. For by taking on a disease, a person opens up to greater soul awareness, to greater soul aspects of consciousness, not in expression at that time. Think about what I'm saying when we talk about making things happen within. So then, what is true healing? From this esoteric aspect. Yes.
Healing from within.
Yes. from this concept or from this true healing, it would change your life. The inner motivation can only happen when the soul of the individual or the patient is involved. Watch this. It is seldom sudden, for it involves change and adjustment. It involves reorganization from within. It calls upon that individual to make decisions from within, decisions which the soul wants, not what the little personality desires. We see
That's
the
where your
difference because
thoughts
we can
start.
desire. You say what?
That's where your thoughts start, is inside.
Yes, we making it plain. I'm putting it on the chart. The healing will often entail new habits of the body. Nutritional change will develop and change with regards to the body's, how can I say, fitness, the type of entertainment and relaxation that you will indulge in. All these are influenced from within by esoteric healing, not imposed on the patient from without. Stay with me. See, this is the basic teachings. Everything basic. Malik is a coach. He wants the kid to know the basics before they throw him behind the back. Well, you can get there if it comes to you natural at instinct, but we want you to have the basics. The basics, all the behind the back,
Foundation.
it's instant. But the basics should come natural. We teach the basics. The basics can get you there. That's the building blocks. Think about what I'm saying. And we build on solid foundation. We must. So when we're dealing with this aspect of meditation, it's considered a prerequisite. Remember, I always talking about prerequisites. In academia, it's a thing called prerequisite. You must have English 101 before you go to English 102 if you don't test out of it. It's certain classes that you must take before you go on. Why? So we can know that you know what you're talking about. At least have a base of this type of wisdom that you indulging in to even be able to skip some steps. Stay with me. But in consideration, a prerequisite that someone who wishes to, how can I say, practice esoteric healing, you should immediately and fast every time without healing and without ceasing, meditate how? Regularly. Regularly. It should be a part of your life. You know? This is
Yep.
about this healing. Meditation is not only recommended, but it's essential. Meditation, contemplation, exercise, breathing, all these things are essentials. People be wearing a shirt and they say essentials. And I say, well, then break it down for yourself with the Holy Spirit. I can't break it down. I just like the shirt. See, you don't even understand your essentials. Everything is walking ministry, but you can't see it. Why? Because words are spells. Understand what I'm saying, man. The use of thought in healing. Spiritual healers like myself, like you and I. We do not work with consciousness aspects of the patient. We work entirely with the life aspect. With the life aspect. I always say, what's your life like? Let's open your book of life and see what's going on in your life. And then Malik can see why you may be overweight 200 pounds. We see why you may have this and that and the other. Why? Because a lifestyle. Think about these things in this context. The life force works through what? The heart center. Utilizing what? The bloodstream, which is we call in this context love. While the consciousness aspect works through what? The brain, using the nervous system. Your nervous system is what? Your will to do what? To heal. Oh, we got to put that on the shirt. We have to create a healing thought. That thought form, the function of every thought form is threefolds. You remember in science, they talk about that threefold pattern. To do what? One, to respond to a vibration. B, to provide a body for an idea. And C, is to carry out a specific purpose. That's you and I. Think about this science. Thought is the carrier for love. It's the engine, which is the quality of the energy used in healing, used in that aspect of thought form. And we are truly working with the law of magnetic. It's a type of impulse that we use with every healing done from every soul level. We lift the whole of humanity. These are keys. In fact, disease and healing are both aspects of the great. It's the same pendulum relationship system which governs all manifestations. This is something to at least ponder on. Think about this connectivity, the vital force in your body, the most holy place, the quarter roundabout. Think about your body. We give a universal science that every man can connect to. With the incoming of the seventh ray per se, the Aquarian age per se, we can now heal through the whole etheric body without needing to touch the physical components, since the etheric is the template of the dense physical body. Are y'all with me still?
Islam, the divine comes first.
Islam.
Man, come on. The seventh ray is gaining strength and impact. It is with the understanding that we undertake to the study and practice the science and the art of esoteric healing. This is what we're going through. Hence the fundamentals to become more acquainted with the etheric body. The etheric body is a great network of energy weaving through and around the physical body. It's the vital force which maintains the activity of every function of our whole being, of your body. It's the cause and the process of interacting cellular movements in our bodies. And if there is a withdrawal of vitality, atrophy, and validity, sometimes we will start seeing atrophy of the body when certain basic needs are what? Neglected. I call it atrophy. Think about this. On the other hand, too much energy is pouring through to a limb. Think about this when tensioning or tension occurs. That's a balance. That's a rhythm, some type of flow through and around the body. That's the goal. That's the goal of healing, to achieve the goal. Require these techniques extremely. They complex. That's why I say it's practice. People be practicing the wrong thing. And I'm like, it's not going to bring you any peace and joy. You got caught up. You got caught up. To bring about this synchronicity, this balance in the body tissues. It's the way the etheric body is able to vitalize, or how can I say, rejuvenize your body. That etheric flow, that body is the reflection of the soul. That's why I tell people everybody can get scammed. Not everybody, but when you got scam written all over your face in this context, it's easy to get scammed because people see it all on you. It's like a drunk. That's why I say words have spells. People get caught up with spells. People get caught up with straight up fugazi, formed by the soul of each cell in the body, merged as one. It is this energy field that we work and gain vital information about certain patients on different levels of their beings. That's when I tell people, I know how individuals operate. When I talk to them, I know how sick you are in your being, because you steady trying to make something true that's false. That's straight up insanity. That's a nut job. We must call it what it is. It's a nut job. How these brothers, they sorry for this. They don't watch a whole bunch of YouTube channels, listen to some Jaguar, Bible this, and I teach my students this. Man, that's cap. But that's what Negroes get caught in. Their vibration is so low. So low. And you don't even have hands and shoes enough to stand up with reality. Magnetic and radiation and radiatory healing. We talk about this esoteric healing within. When you cleanse yourself up, man, can't nobody put no junk back in you. Can't nobody go get you no honey buns or no Star Crunch or any of those things or no Little Debbie and call it food and say, no, this food, this is good for you. They can't come with that crap to you anymore. How can they? We know it's not food. And this esoteric healing deal with primary two activities: controlling energy, namely what? Magnetism and radiation. What do these two mean? Magnetism. Because one, we are healers and we must be magnetic above everything else. We must attract. I tell people, I don't chase nothing. We must attract healers. We must be magnetic. I hear a lot of fuzziness in the background. That's why when we talk about this magnetism, because you must be able to attract the power of our own soul. We must be able to attract those who we can help. We must be able to attract those energies when need arise, which will stimulate the patient or the student to the desired activity. These are real skills. Radiation, the healer, the map, the guide, the sensei, the Sufi, the shaman, the medicine man, the sheep also know how to do what? Radiate. For the radiation of the soul would do the following. One, it would stimulate to activity the soul of the one to be healed, the setting in motion, the healing process. Think about it. The connectivity sets you in motion. When you connect to Malik and you see what Malik doing, things start to set in motion. The healing process, the radiation of the healer's mind will illumine the other mind and polarize the will of the patient or the student. Think about this, what I'm saying. The radiation of the healer's emotional or astral body, that controlled and selfless, that selfless will impose a rhythm upon the agitation of the patient's astral body. That calmness. When I sit around these charlatans and these court jesters that just say your social security connected to this and take my course, I guarantee you they won't come to me with that crap because they know I know. And I know it ain't no life in that. It ain't no money in that. That's a dead man's game. That's a dead man's game. And if it wasn't, nobody will be charging nobody to do something that you can do yourself. No, it's cap. And if you want to bring up charges to someone, why are you gonna change everything? You ain't thinking about this. You just listening because you think you finna get something, and that's not inner healing. It's not. We talk about this healing within. We can get to the other part. This is what needs to be controlled. This is the first part. This is the first part.
Because the divine comes first.
It must. I mean, I don't know how many times I said Noble Brand. I see brother get caught up over and over when I hear him. When I asked him a couple of questions, I said, "Oh, they're getting ready to get run through it's over for them because they don't see it." Why? Because the divine is not dealing with them first. What? Criminal behaviors. These people been caught up. These grown people that's in their 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s still out here acting like some European Albion Trinidad sovereign citizen Roger Elvick paradigm group criminals. Overthrow the government militia. Paper terrorists that Bobby Hemmett was talking about. All these Negroes say they love Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett told the Negroes in the 90s. In 9/11, what gonna happen to all the paper terrorist Moors? Everyone. And they still doing it today in 2025. Who crazy?
Somebody gotta be crazy. Especially if you know it ain't to no avail.
These Negroes crazy. Bobby Hemmett talk about the divine. C. Freeman L. talk about the divine. They saying the same thing, but just using different words. Bobby Hemmett just took it a little bit deeper with a little bit of different, different crafts. C. Freeman L. broke all the crafts down that Bobby Hemmett was talking about. So simple that the people that think somebody's heavier than the next can't even grasp what C. Freeman L. did. So simple.
Right, Islam.
The simplicity of the teachings. You don't got to have 13,000 books. I told y'all, everything Bobby Hemmett talked about is Tantra or some other form of inner science.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't understand that, then that's on you. But you don't put one better than the next. That's asinine.
Right.
Because everything must synchronize. You got
everything
is one body. You know what I'm
saying? And see, and this is what's missing in more science. How? Because these jacklegs. I'm telling you, I know what happened. I've been doing this too long. You know it and I know it, Brian. We done seen brothers come in and out with our science like a revolving door. Film with the stained cap. Oh man, my feet's going, I'm gonna stand out with my feet out. I'm gonna claim this, I'm gonna file this. And you going straight to jail. You losing everything. Why? Because the divine is not leading them. The divine is not leading you. You done met somebody on the internet and then came with some cap and you done fell for the Jedi mind trick. The divine is not leading you.
Islam.
See, these are just facts. We talk about healing within. This esoteric healing is defined as healing is an art and a science calling for the use of the what? The mind, but not the emotions, in the service of the intuition for the purpose of transforming matter with life energies to bring about change that will benefit the whole. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Even for completeness, I can add the following more esoteric definitions. Esoteric healing is the release of the soul so that its life can flow through the aggregate of organisms which constitute any particular form. So when you hear me, so when you hear me saying peace, 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 and you hear me be like, man, this ain't orthodox. Man, we under a whole this is esoteric science. We understand it. This esoteric healing is all art form.
And even in the Lord's Quran, they say what health is to the body, honesty is for the soul. You know
Come on, bro.
So in order for your soul to heal, you got to be honest. In order for the body to heal, the soul got to be healing. You know what I'm saying? A process got to be initiated.
See? You see? You keep talking about initiation. Brother, what you mean? They initiated? Yeah, we initiated here at the BBT with wisdom, fool. Don't get mad because the brain is working, because the pineal is working, because the Sophia is working, because the discernment is working. Don't be upset. The use of this form of healing is a practical skill, and yet it's not fixed or predetermined. Each time a new picture is started, it's different. Why? Because art relates to what? Intuition, and intuition to love. Brian, your album, Transportation of Raw Materials, that come from what? That's art.
Islam.
That relates to intuition. And intuition is love. Your art, that whole album you put out was your intuition, was your love, was your intellectual property.
Islam. That's right.
You see, that comes from within. Can't nobody do what you did. Can't nobody copy that.
Even if you don't mind me mentioning myself, that song Self Love, that was a song of me, you know what I'm saying, like healing, you know what I'm saying? That was a little polarization of my healing process.
Absolutely. Come on, Brian. And that's why I say we talk about esoteric healing. This is when we talk about the brotherhood, the order of Melchizedek. This is it. Think about it.
That's right.
Because even when you do this, when you esoteric healing, when you're using it as a science, is objective. Because you as a healer, you don't intend to be involved in the result. Remember that. Why? Because we put it out there. The healer wants to do the work and then leave the impact to do what? To cause a response in the student or in the patient.
Come on.
Think about what I'm saying, Alti. This is the power. This esoteric healing. However, sometimes the objective changes the healer as well. When I put a lot of in my life, when I put a lot of in with my brothers, it changed my life.
Come on.
Maybe not in the same way as it does the patient, but the changes are different and impersonal, and so they can be called objective. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And in this way, we can see that esoteric healing is a science, since it relates to the mind and to individually woven thinking patterns.
Come on.
Think about this power that y'all have, man, this biblical context. And we ain't said, oh, and the Lord of John is, and you believe in something. No, we stand right into your body.
And like you said, interwoven thinking patterns. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the divine comes first because that's the pattern of everything in the universe, visible and invisible. You know what I'm saying? That's right there in the aims. That's right there, in the introduction of what we do every day. So,
yeah. Remember, I say we don't work from desires and fear. We have no interest in psychic phenomena It ain't no psyche and all that old, no. We know about cause and effect. We deal with the 7 Kemetic principles. We operating on science. Do you believe in the Big Bang Theory? If the Big Bang Theory, then that's something happened. That ain't osmosis. Think about what I'm saying. We're going deep with the inner thinking now. And regard and an interference, which is the, how can I say, work of healing is better without. Because the esoteric healing practitioner believe the emotions and psychic states that we might experience from contact with our students, the illusions that are to be avoided. Intelligent intent lies behind all wise direction of energy. Remember this. This is your discernment. In this way, the patient will not be bombarded with our desires and hopes. Remember when people be asking me, well, Sheik, what should I study and what's it is? I say nothing, study yourself. And then when you think you know some, study yourself some more. It's no book I can give you. It's no piece of paper you're going to pick up and you're going to become a master. It's no bees. You can't get no bees like me that was made and say, oh, I'm finna be Sheik. No, a fair's not going to make you nothing. All that's not going to do nothing. You can be a fool with all that stuff on.
Because you are the question and the answer.
Come on, Brian. I be trying to tell people this. They be too far. They be wanting to move so fast. And I say, you moving so, you going, you might as well get your 3 house and a cot ready. Because that's the road you going. And you don't even know that. And then when I show people the truth of the matter, they still do the dumb stuff. But instead, the patient will see clarity, a feeling of purpose and direction, either immediately or over time. That's what I say. Come to class, study the practice, pick up on the skills, connect with my brothers. I'll be trying to tell people this because connecting with me is just a small level. The brothers, the connectivity come from the brothers. The energy come from my brothers. Why? Because I put my energy out to my brothers. Y'all not listening. We like a tree. We like a branch that's connected. What goes to me goes through them. We connected from the hip. This is what I'll be selling. Everything that comes out of me comes out of them. And so that's when I tell brothers, when you come to a brotherhood, you want to get close with the brothers. That's number uno. That's number 1.
That's wrong.
It's like if you come into a dojo, it's the same thing. We brothers. Because esoteric healing uses the mind in the service of the intuition. See, I'm just showing you how to rework your thinking patterns. Just like if I was teaching you martial arts. And you'll be like, damn, Sheik just showing me stances first. Yeah, you don't even know how to stand. You want to get the weapon. You want to get the bow staff. You want to learn how to work with this. Man, I'm just going to move that back leg and you're going to fall and break all your front teeth out. You don't even want to learn how to stand. Nothing. Just force, force, force. Esoteric healing uses the mind. And by tapping into intuition, the esoteric healer believes he or she can work with the causes of the problem or illnesses which is being presented. Think about what I'm saying. The intuition is the diagnostic tool. Just like in More Science in chapter 5, these are the tools in our toolbox. So as a medicine man, when in my talisman bag, whatever I'm dealing with, I have to properly diagnose it. Think about what I'm saying. Yeah. You want to say something, Brian?
Nah, Islam.
Islam. The healer is totally self-reliant. The soul is an initiate. The soul is a master. There is no need for intermediaries, guides, and inner teachers. There is no doubt that such guides exist on the subtile planes, but they are not reliable. Stay with me. Mostly they are promoters of glamour or personal arrogant, or how can I say, just these pageantries.
Aggrandizement.
Yeah. You know, disguised manner. It's always a product. It's not, no, let's do this work. It's always a gimmick, this against that. We're going to be male against female. We're going to do this against that. That ain't how ill or healing work. Just like religious people. Well, no, we this, we that, and we all different. But we the same, we all live in the same 1 mile radius. Everybody property value still 35 cents. Esoteric healing, and the esoteric healer works from the soul plane of the soul dimensions. That's what ministers of the gospel is supposed to be. We're supposed to work from the soul. Thus, in healing, the healer aspires always to remain in touch with the soul. I'm always in tune with the soul. Everything else is irrelevant. It's the soul. This is gospels for the purpose of transforming matter with life energy. With Brother Be Well, alchemy. Do you believe in alchemy? I'm breaking it down as a child can understand it. Listen to the language. I'm breaking down principle and law. To be a healer means working with the subtle energies and forces which surround and permeate the patient from the level of the soul, as reflected in what? The etheric body. Remember, because the only way to heal something without is to be able to heal it within. It's no other form of drug to be able to heal something. If you sick and all that, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is what? Starve the sickness. What's been making you sick? Eating. What? That crap. One, you gotta starve all that. Stop eating that crap. That's number uno. And people be thinking it be so hard. What? No, starve the disease. Starve it. Starve it.
That's right.
I mean, especially if it's full born, especially if these things are brought to yourself on the exoteric playing field. But the esoteric method of healing is based on selfness or selflessness and harmlessness. And thus it handles and transforms the rate of rhythm of the patient's energies according to the will of the patient's soul. Just like if I could use my Noble Malik for a pictorial. When Noble Malik was going through his cocoa, y'all know the cocoa was, that y'all know what I'm talking about. And but Malik said, no, I'm gonna do this and do that. He knew what to reach within. The soul of the patient must give him the drive. He didn't put all his faith in some pill or in some this. No, it's the soul of the patient that give him the drive. What? To do the basics. To do the basics. And not for the healer's advantage, but for that of who? The patient. Think about it. Some don't have that will. A lot of brothers that got that has left us. Because to bring about change, which will benefit the whole, like Noble Alonzo says, we all connected by cords. See, I remember everything my brother say. Why? Because I'm in your quiver. I'm your brother. I'm supposed to know your inner thoughts. I'm supposed to know. Why shouldn't I? The stage, the last part of the treatment, brings about healing because the esoteric healing practitioner is not actually trying to cure or willing to cure. Think about it. The patient and the patient alone, directed by the wisdom of the soul, permits the healing. Did y'all catch what I just said?
Yes,
what did I just say? I said the patient
soul permits the healing.
Yes, I said the patient and the patient alone, directed by the wisdom of the soul. The wisdom of the soul is the Holy Spirit. That's the only thing that does the healing. That's the only thing that does the teaching. Not you and not I. It's a text I put in our text stream. What was it? Matthew chapter 6, verse 25 and 26. I think that's what I put in there. When the gospel tells us we don't worry about the regular things, and it's a context how the birds eat and been fed, and it's an analogy, it's a parable for you and I. It's a beautiful analogy and parable. I put it in the text stream. I think it was Matthew chapter 6, verse 25 to 26. But it just come to me like that because it should. It just come to me like that because I'm telling you, these are our tools, and if we don't take this to the highways and the byways and stand strong and be proud to be who we are and use me and say, I don't care what church I go to, hey, we need to have my brother come here and speak. We need to change. If not, then we ain't dealing with it. If you love me like that, we can change it. Watch this. Watch this. Because what is an etheric center? What is an etheric center? I'm going to have you page up a little bit because we're going to get to these pictorials. We're going to get ready to get in the body. We go in a good place. The same way when I show y'all the IDMI, how the body, the man is made in the image of Elohim. When I show you everything, the body extremities, everything in the tabernacle built without hands is the physical body. Now watch me show you this again. We done painted this picture. your close companions, the true men of the biblical scriptures taught this. It's showing you that, yes, we can understand with the exo, but the eso, this is the inner teachings. Your body, the etheric centers, or we like to call it the chakras, are points where the lines of force composing the what? The etheric body crosses each other, thus forming what? Vortices of what? Energy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all still with me?
Yep.
I think I see them. If y'all still with me, talk to me.
It's all right.
Because if y'all in the church and Reverend Porchak was saying something crazy, everybody be saying amen. Everybody be, ooh, you heard what he said? Yeah, you heard what he said. Some of the most outlandish stuff. And nobody says nothing. And we do the same thing next week. But there are 7 major, how can I say, centers, with 3 other centers regarded as of major importance, making 10 centers. What that sound like in my Jewish context? The 10 Sephirots, don't it? Don't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Stay with me. 49 minor centers, 21 of which are more important, and hundreds of lesser or minute centers. So the healer has to think clearly before bringing about the desired results. But the energy poured out into the patient's vehicle is not mental energy, but of the 7 forms of pranic or life energy. See, this travels along the lines of the forces of the channel, which relates and links all the centers of connections. Remember Alonzo talk about we connected by cords?
Yep, cores, yep.
Those centers with the glands. Therefore, we see energy flowing from the centers into the denser channels called the nodus. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember Eshawn, he's from Detroit, and he had a group called Nodus, and it was spelled Satan backwards. But really, a lot of things they be telling you, we just don't see it. The Nodus, the NADIS, which underline the nervous system. See, as a whole, the consciousness stream, and via the endocrine glands in the bloodstream, via what? Our hormones, via what? The life stream. But then you got to remember, because we're healers, remember that the healer only works with the life aspect, not the conscious aspect. Think about it, because the rest is on you. Think about it, what I'm saying. Endeavoring to work through the very heart of the center, where the point of life is to be found. Think of what I'm saying, the importance of the endocrine glands. They cannot be overestimated. They are a miniature replica of the septary of that constitution of the universe. And they are medium of that little expression and the instrument of contact for the 7 rays. Remember this stuff, man. Activation. The master, the DK confirms that the medicine and the healing methods of the future civilization. Think about this. Will be built around this still unrecognized truth. Somebody got me loud. I hear echo. But watch this, because I'm dealing with the esoteric. I'm dealing with the inner. We're not this in the outer. We're dealing with the inner as well. Think about this. And in all our work as esoteric healers and as servers in the world of causes for the betterment of humanity, we must be remembering, and we must always recognize that we are working with the science of energies, called the science of occultism. And people, and you get with these religious people, you dealing with all. If you talk about you a healer, you speaking in tongues, you've lost it. And you don't understand. Just like they say, occult, no, culture. We have a culture. Don't let nobody strip you of your culture, because I'm not. Right. Everything that, when you talk about culture, when you see the European Jews taking the turkey, they done stole that from African culture. Everything is stolen. Everything.
Stolen legacy, Georgina James.
Yeah. And that is, we will eventually lead to what is called the science of Layla Yoga. Or we talk about other esoteric science of forces. You know, it's others. It's other. It's energies. You know, it's nothing scary. The esoteric science of the force centers. When I talk about things written Kabbalistically, it's written in that form to keep you away from it. So we are called on to respect the human energy fields. We center, and what we enter, they are intricate, delicate, intimate, deeply personal. They are karmically sensitive. When you get that so-called pentagram, go to that pentagram and then you get that circle within it. That is the etheric body in the human being. That's the etheric body in the human being. And we think we get something scary. You got to go back up just a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you see that symbology. We can't let nobody get us caught up in spookism. A map and a guide, your brother, is going to teach you truth. It's going to show you biblically from all levels. It's going to show you language, because words are spells, and we cannot cast a spell on ourselves. And we're not going to cast a spell of ignorance. Not today. We way past that. We can read today. Big Mama might not know how to read, but we can read today. We can praise the holy name. We can ask questions. Now, when you see the etheric body in the human being, it's a symbol of the soul. It's the physical correspondence to the inner light body, which we call the soul. The soul body, or the casual body, is a body of light. It has a rate, y'all, of vibration that is always synchronizing with the development of the soul. Is the microcosmic web of life, for it underlies every part of the physical structure. It enables the soul to be in rapport with the environment. It's indivisible, coherent, and unified, symbolizing what? The unity and the homogeneity of the life and energy. We call that synchronicity. We call that you can't have one without the other. There are no separation. There are no separate organisms in the etheric vehicle. You know? And links to the purely physical with the purely subtile, just as the soul links the three worlds of the personality, the most holy place, the holy place, and a quarter roundabout. That is the physical, the emotional, and the mental. And to the higher planes in the solar system is symbolized by what? The 5-point star. Arm, leg, arm, head. We talk about 90-99. We're talking about, come on, brothers and sisters. Come on. We got to say something. Islam, peace, something.
Islam. That's right.
Islam.
I mean, come on. Look at your physical body. This cannot. What else science do we want? Oh, we want to be dealing with some jackleg teaching you a whole bunch of paper terrorist stuff that's going to get you locked up. Oh, so y'all some beggars. No. I keep telling everybody we tax exempt for the federal government. Once brothers understand that, we'll stop giving all our money to Uncle Sam. We can build our temple and hold me accountable. That's how we build infrastructure. That's how we build our own houses. We have our religious community where in our neighborhood, it can happen just like that in one calendar year. This is not hard. This is not rocket science. If I say I got a plan, and if I say everybody can be under our religious laws, and I can give everybody a tax exempt receipt when they donate to our religious organization, and the only thing we're supposed to own is our churches and our temples and our school, then damn it, that's what we have to do. With what? With the money that we're giving away. And once our minds, once we crystallize, once we understand when we don't do it, then that's the sin. Because I ain't been tricked by no other jacklegs say they're going to do something, and you haven't either. So when we talk about this physical body, you can see that pictorial, but I want y'all to see that. Can you blow it up a little bit? Because we're gonna fact check things. You know, that whole physical body in more science, as I break it down with charts and everything, right at the top, you see the crown center. But right under that, right in the middle, what you see? What is it called in red?
Ajna.
The what?
Ajna.
The third eye.
Oh, the Ajna, huh? Sounds familiar, don't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, as you see in all these spots on the body, I like to call them the pressure points or the holy points all over the body. We don't have time to go all through them. I just want to do a crash course. All these signs and symbols, all this visible pictorial. If you don't understand this, you don't understand you. That's why when brothers and sisters be saying they read this and they read a whole bunch of pages, like these pages are just like you trying to get an A on something, I say you done lost your damn mind. Because as you read something else, then what you can pick something else up and read it. And then you read something else, you can pick up something else and read it. I'll be telling people, if I'm trying to be basic, if I'm going through any craft or any initiation and I'm connected to a sensei, I'm following the sensei. That's me. I'm following the sensei. I'm writing notes. This is what I'm doing, because the other stuff I can do on my own, certain practices. But when I'm in the chamber, I'm following this specific craft. Why? Like Malik said, all the other stuff going to come. That's why when brothers ask me, well, what do you read? I said, I don't read nothing. When they say, what do you mean? Because I don't read nothing. I don't just pick up stuff and read it. That's not what I do. I don't read nothing. Yes, Malik, I've been past that. I've been past trying to read something and get an A. I've done academia. So I just don't pick up stuff and read. That's not nothing I do. You see what I'm saying? I've read enough to not to believe anything I've read. I've lectured enough in academia to not believe half of the stuff that I see. Why? Because I've been introduced to a certain level of wisdom. That's just why. And I've been homeschooled. That's why. And we should pick our own scholars and our own teachers up. We don't have to be dead to celebrate this. This is what I tell my brothers and sisters. Why aren't we celebrating our own kind? We have this in our own families. We should spread
it's like no different than celebrating dead traditions, right? 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, right? Yep. They all did. So that's why.
Yeah.
It's a practice.
And I agree. And so all these biblical pictorials, when I show you your crown center, your ajani, your eye mirror minor, your ear minor, your jaw, all this, your thyroid, all that's connected to that physical body, all that to your feet. We go talk, all this is talking about your chakras. When I show you the chart, when you in my close companion, when our spirit and the creator spirit match, when we get our physical temple again, people will see me in the temple with all these charts, teaching. That's what we need. With all the library that I have, people will be able to come. We'll be able to have something to show the world, to show the community, like this is what our work done. We can do it, and we can't be stopped. On the charts, I'll show you what everything recognized. I got it all highlighted, just like any chart. The big circle represent the chakra, the minor chakras, the organ, the glands. Then the different colors represent the points and the small chakras. The pituitary gland, the 3 parts, the pituitary stalk. When you go down a little bit, when you page down a little bit, all this stuff is pertaining to the physical body. All this stuff, even in the base center, when you talk about the Sanskrit name, is Muladhara, Muladhara. That's the center. Is a 4-petal lotus, right? The fires of the animal plane are centralized, and the base center is found on the 4th ether of every plane, because the base center governs elimination, emotional, mental, and spiritual, because the base center controls the adrenal glands. They are chiefly responsible for regulating the stress response, which is fight, flight, and fright. Come on, Malik. Absolutely. Through the synthesis of all these different skills, the steroids, the catecholamies, and the cortisol, all these things, all this glucose balance, all this adrenaline, all this sodium balance, that's inside. Because the base center is the harbor of our unconscious fears and our instincts for survival, as well as for success and achievement and ambition. Think about these things, what I'm saying, y'all. As we talk about this science, as we talk about the rays, as we talk about the sacral center, I'm not going to stay too far on it. And then when I talk about the Baphomet, written Kabbalistically, Temp Hob Abs Abba, when you see that science, when I speak Kabbalistically, and people, our own people, we so caught up in the outside of science because we don't know that the biblical scriptures was written in analogy, in parable, and symbology. And when I break this biblical scripture down, you cannot get scared of it. It's a beautiful piece of poetry, because the male and the female gonads produce what? Steroid sex hormones. identical to those produced by what? Adrenaline, right? The cortical cells. The major distinction is the source and the relative amounts produced. We got to know this. Those gonads or gonads, known as what? Testicles.
Testicles.
They testicles.
Gonads.
Come on, man. Like you say, what, mama?
Gonads.
Gonads.
Yeah.
Gonads. That's Spanish.
Yes. Androgens. That's a hormone. They produce what? Spermatozoa. The predominant androgen in males is testosterone. The female, what you say it again, Ma? I like that word. Say it again.
Gonads.
Gonads. Oh yeah. They known as what? Women.
Balls.
The ovaries secrete the hormones, the estrogen. What? And the progesterone, as well as ova. So all this stuff comes together, which is derived from what? Testosterone. So what I'm saying when they say the woman is God, or here go the man, here go the Negro. No, the woman is God, the male is God. What am I saying? In our science, the man and the woman is God.
Oh my God.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right. Correct. Both.
Because in 3 months, you got immaculate conception. Man can't do that alone. Woman can't do that alone unless it's some form of artificial conception. But we talking about immaculate conception. We talking about something that's immaculate. Y'all don't hear me, man.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. See, that's gospel. Sacral energies govern also all the fluids of our body. Blood, semen, all this. All cancers are due to misappropriate sex energies, and we don't even know it. Base centers govern the leg, the hips, the feet. Remember when we say when that water stops flowing, we want that water to continue to flow. Think about what I'm saying.
Like a river.
Yes. Self-perpetuation. So it has a powerful attractive or magnetic quality towards its contemporary opposite. Remember, Malik, I said the pheromones be kicking in. People be like, what do you mean pheromones? Are you afraid to talk about sexual energy? Well, I hope you got some type of sexual energy. We got to get out this spooky stuff.
That's the attraction.
Come on. That's the vitality. That's right, Malik. That's that attractiveness. Absolutely. Come on, Malik. Yeah. The sacral center is the origin also of the sense of superiority, inferiority. It also governs personal education and family responsibility, a greater sense of impersonality leading to the sense of group life. When we talk about what we're doing here, when I say yes, man, when me and my dad were just talking yesterday, and I said, yes, I wish, and I shouldn't be wishing for nothing but for myself, but I wish my will and Allah's will in lines. But yes, I do wish if my family and all my friends supported this ministry, we'll have everything in one calendar year. When all my family and friends be like, oh man, we can have this and you should have this. I said, well, I got 300 family and friends. If 300 family and friends gave $100 a month, we have $360,000 a year. I'll buy a building in the city of Flint. The rest will be operation costs. They'll think we got millions and millions of dollars. Why? Because I show people what we can do. Everybody get a tax exempt receipt. Everybody that's working. If you ain't working, you'll still get a tax exempt receipt. And that's how we build infrastructure. That's simple. It's that simple.
They got to be willing to put the work in too, though.
Yeah, work have to be put in. Work comes with that. But I'm saying, if you don't want to put the work in and you just want to be a donor on that level, it's others that can fill that void. We ain't going to stop nobody from giving that bag. We want everybody on every level that want to work. Some people might not have that passion to work. They might have the passion to put the money together and let everybody else work. So it's room for everybody. The work can be done a plethora of ways. You know, come one, come all. You see?
Yeah, wow.
Come one, come all. But we know, and I know in reality, we can want to do all the work we want, but without no money, shit, it's just a dream. Like Biggie say, it was all a dream. I used to read the magazine. It's on the magazine. But we can't talk about no money. And I tell everybody, man, I ain't afraid to talk about the bag. Ecclesiastic chapter 10, verse 19. Wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. And I ain't bad. I'm a good steward of the paper. I know if we need a temple in school. Well, we know it costs money. I'm from the city of Flint. I show y'all this abandoned temples in the churches in the city of Flint. We have scooped one up in a calendar year, turn it out, reorganize it to what we want. Bam. Everybody get a chance to what we see. Is that if we can do it? But everything is within. So I just wanted to give that little pictorial. Everything, your chakra, your ajna, everything inside your body. We were made, the tabernacle was built without hands. Is your physical body, brothers and sisters. Like I said, this will take me so long and so many series. When you say you don't like anatomy, you don't like your body. Only a true God man is going to connect this. And my close companions are my Jacobites, are my brothers and my sisters. It's nothing secret with me. It's sacred. You're going to get the esoteric and the exo. You need this.
It's the balance.
You need it. The closest place to find God is in your heart. How you know everything about somebody else but don't know yourself?
Hello, get off Instagram and all that.
I mean, seriously. I told everybody the tabernacle built without hands. Page down, Brian. When you start seeing the veins, once I get deeper and I start showing you a biblical explosion of the body superimposed on the biblical scriptures, when I show you the tabernacle built without hands, everything that they talk about in that tabernacle, in that physical tabernacle that was put in like the furniture, it symbolized your body. Every color, everything, it symbolized your body. And I do that without the problem. How the furniture is set up in the tabernacle is your whole body. It's certain ways to align these things. It's there. It's all in the biblical scripture. You just not looking at it, and everybody's not equipped with that certain skill. Just like when you can go all the way down to the ajna. It's the ajna or the brow center. Just like in your Bible, when it talked about the pineal and a certain figure went to that place, to the pineal. Well, what place, if I say the Bible is written in analogy and parable and symbology, if he went to pineal, where he had to go? He had to go where?
God.
Come on.
But nobody don't get that.
Right there, start right there, super, and blow that up a little bit. See, this is the thing that we don't get. We get someone get on your hands, and when you die, you're finna go to heaven. Or with my Islamic brothers, you're gonna die, have 99 virgins. Man, if I want 99 virgins, I can have them in the flesh. I'm just saying, why I gotta die to have all this glorious stuff? Why I gotta die? Like, that's crazy. When I die, gone. And the gospel the Lord's Prayer don't say that. Last time I read the Lord's Prayer,
isn't that a parables of symbology?
You say what?
Ain't that parables of symbology? Because dying is like being resurrected in that sense. What you talking about, right?
Yeah, but then when you say you have to die for glory and you have to die to have 99 virgins, the Lord's Prayer is you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. So what I'm saying, why do I have to die for gloriousness? Why do I have to die for anything? Because I can say, yeah, death of the Lord itself, but if I want 99 virgins and let's say Malik is righteous in his mind, Malik don't have to, what aspect of Malik have to die to have 99 virgins? I'll wait.
Don't have to die, just, not even cut it off. It's going to be part of you. You got to master.
Cut what off? If Malik is okay and it said to have 99 virgins, why you got to wait till you leave the flesh to have 99 virgins?
You shouldn't.
Oh,
because there's no coming back from that. So
thank you. I mean, I hope you was going to get there. You don't have to die for nothing, is what I'm saying. You want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. That's the Lord's Prayer. Am I right about what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if the Lord's Prayer says you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven, what I'm saying, Malik don't have to die for none righteous. If he's righteous on earth, he can have all the desires of his heart on his heart plane, on his earth plane. Why? Because that's what this text says. That's what he aligned is. And when the flesh gone, it's gone.
Period.
See, the ajna or the brow center referred to as what? The third eye. But only opens when the altar major center. See, this is the biblical scripture. It's the same thing, but brothers don't catch it. Oh, you dealing with all of this? Yep. Yes. The head center and the ajna center are in synchronism. It's in a vibration. It's all going together. The Ajna center, it goes into the pituitary body, which controls all glands. Ray 4, Ray 7, and Ray 3. It's the seat of personality power. The Ajna center has strong links with the hypothalamus, which governs the what? Autonomic system. Come on, y'all, my Moors. Ajna is ruled by the monadic plane, the organ of idealism. Now we're getting into 7 Kemetic principles. The Ajna controls the expression of the personality and grounds and distributes the spiritual energy of the soul. Come on, man. See?
All love.
And when the Ajna center is active, it has a twofold flow. What twofold flow? In and out.
In and out.
Come on, man. The outward flow enables a healer to have inner vision and
That's
perception.
energy,
Yes.
that's constant energy in and out. Yeah, that's flow.
Come on, Malik. That's that heartbeat.
Yeah. That's
Come
all
on.
your organs. All your
Yes.
organs. Same way.
See? And when you take that battery, I don't care how good your engine is, take that battery out that car, nothing gonna start. Because the Ajna center controls the cerebellum, the muscular
or block
action.
something going in or block something going out.
Come on, Malik.
It's
Come
dead.
on. Come on. I hope you catching what you saying. I hope they hear you, because I hear you.
Yeah.
It's the central nervous system. People don't understand how can I say, to convince your inner. What you mean convince? Do you want to convince something to work on your level? Yeah. Duh. You want to convince your mind. You want to be convincing so much in your inner self that you have the power to do what? Heal. What? All sickness. Within. Duh. Remember this. Some people ain't working on the 3 centers. The upper Ajna relates to the what? The front pituitary lobe. The 7 hormones governing all centers in the body. Their endocrine glands. This biblical text and expression through the circulatory system and the heart. The middle Ajna relates to the pituitary stalk. Remember? It has 5 points. Related to the major center of the spine. The lower Ajna. Yep. Come on, Malik. They don't hear you. Perfect pentagram. See? The lower Ajna related to the back pituitary lobe, governing the central nervous system, with a special relation to alta major center and the what? The throat chakra. And the back pituitary lobe.
That pentagram upside down, that's where you draw the go to Mendes.
Yes. Come on. See, they done put everything in and kept us away, but not today. Like somebody sent me a message today, like, she keep doing what you're doing. Like, please don't stop. I'm not. I'm on their neck. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep being light. I'm going to keep progressing. Like my family tell me, like me and my dad talk yesterday, keep progressing. You can't look back. You got to keep progressing. You ain't getting into this for your family and friends. You got into this because that's what the Holy Spirit has pushed you to do.
Yeah.
That's the creator. Everything else got to work itself out. Somebody give me Matthew. What was it? Matthew chapter 6, verse 25 to 26. Am I saying that right, y'all?
No, that's right.
What that text say?
And it reads, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Good question.
Come on.
Well, yeah, we are, because he gave us the dominion over all of that stuff.
Do you see, Malik? Come on, Malik. And see, Malik, you basically understand on the biblical text. Now, well, I think, no. So if that's the case, and if the Holy Spirit worked through man, once we connectivity to what we need to do, we ain't going to never be without food. Because the Holy Spirit, because the satanic and the Holy Spirit works through man. And so in this concept, the Creator loved us more, like Malik said, than animals and birds and all this. Why? And if they figured out a way to eat off the land, I hope we can too. That's a concept. That's an analogy. That's a parable. Think about what I'm saying. When we are
Only
birds.
domestic pets get cancer. Y'all ain't know that, don't
Come on, Malik. They don't hear you. They don't hear you, man,
dog.
Malik.
What's
Oh,
dog
see,
food? Like what?
come on, man.
What's
Come
dog
on.
and cat food? Like what?
Made up.
Right. That's why they get cancer.
See? And see, the ajna embodies the idea lying behind the act of creativity. When I say we have to pick up that form of creativity, and it's us, y'all. It's us. What? We are the church. It's us. Man, my dad says something and continue to say something prophetic. Like, man, we cannot let certain individuals take and make the bad example for the church, for our history and all that. Because y'all know, and I know in history, that's where we gather. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you ain't grew up Islamic, you ain't grew up in the Moorish Science Temple of America, you grew up Christian or maybe Muslim or didn't go. So if that's the case, we can't let the small tittle of people that look like us give a bad rap for everything. We can't let a small tittle of Moors give the bad rap for everything. We can't let a small tittle of people that maybe had a good heart to try to open up a school, but then got corrupt in the going because it was for them. Who knows? Who
Shoot, the
knows?
people
But
running it have the bad rap and they still running it. That's what's so cold.
yeah, but we must go on.
Yeah, killing
You,
and murdering and everything. And they still going.
yeah, we must trust. We must use our jhana, our creative energies, all this stuff. So I just want to stop right there. I've been going for an hour. We connect next week, but I'm gonna start the head or the crown center, the mental consciousness that's indwelled. The soul is focused on the head center, which itself is controlled by what? The logical plane or the logical plane. When we talk about the head chakra, it's nothing that you can put on your head to make you wise. It's
Indeed.
nothing. Do we got any questions before we go on, brothers and sisters? Because I always like to open the floor. I always like to, no matter what it is, I always like to welcome brothers and things, and and keep the floor open for a conversation or just anything anybody got on their heart or anything.
That's a beautiful
Yes.
picture.
What does the activation of all of those center points, like what do we have to look forward to by activating all those energy centers?
What do we have? What do we have to look forward to? Remember, that's a good question, because what I might say to look forward to might not be what you're looking forward to. Remember, in this only can deal with the outer. Remember, just to give the keys. It's what you looking forward to activation. So it's what a person is looking forward to activate when they acquire these keys. Now, for me, it might be totally different when we're talking about success. I might say X, Y, Z. You might say A, B, C, D, and E. So it all depends on the person, because you can activate anything, but what's your purpose for activation?
I got the answer for that, Sheik. Look, you just said it, the purpose, right? But you have to teach how to activate it, right? You got to have a student in order to teach, right? And then teach them how to activate it. And through those activations, they're going to figure out what their purpose is. They move on, but you got to teach them how to activate it in order to get to their purpose.
It's
their
just
divine
like
purpose of that matter.
Yep. It's just like this divine, when we said earlier how a person try to take a piece of science and read it like a book, like a psychomancy, and just read it like it's pages, and then say, "Well, I read that and I studied all that," and I said, and I had the person say, "What did you get out of it?" "I ain't got nothing. I read it." You go into and they go into the next one. After literature, that's why the purpose. Think about what I just said. Anybody catch what I just said?
Yeah. You didn't get none out of it, because evidently you read it, but what was there in there to apply? Did you test anything out?
You see the intention. The intention. Everything I always say, I say, well, what's the intention? I know what people's intention are when I speak to them from off top. I've been doing this too long. That's why it's certain people I call my Jacobites, which is my muftis, that we know each other's heart. Malik called out. It's a skill that we have now. We always ask a person, let's check a person's temperature, and they'll tell you what they're looking for. A person will tell you.
So these things are already in play, whether we know them or not, right? So one of the reasons that we say, well, not even that we say, one of the old adage goes that you are the question and the answer, is because every question that you have is a question from your own soul. You know what I'm saying? That's your ajna working. You know what I'm saying? And you expressing these things through your throat chakra. You know what I'm saying? That's once again your ajna work. So these things are already working. But what we are saying is what is an individual's purpose? with these questions and what answers are they looking for? Because that's what's going to be answered. You know what I'm saying?
Islam.
So basically, you're saying that the discovery of activating the energy centers is discovering what the purpose for them or what you get out of them activating them is. It's like just the
Yes,
journey.
absolutely.
Okay.
You get your purpose. You get, come on, yes. And that, yes, you get some what Genesis 1 and 2 answer peace, love. Yeah, that's my question. You get, and see, when I heard this period, I'll give another analogy. When people call it like black magic, or just like when you see a like or like the Ouija board per se. I'm going to use these different energies, or the Grimmer, or all these different energies. Or when I deal with Gnostic, when I deal with Kabbalistic speaking, the heart must be pure going into any of these crafts. Remember, because they crafts. Remember that you have religiously crazy people too, right? We've seen them.
Islam.
We seen people indulge in things for the wrong manifestation. So for myself, it's just like if I was teaching you martial arts, because martial arts is the same as this. If I was teaching you Wing Chun, I will already know your dilemma. Well, why are you coming into it? Because, like I said, I study martial arts. I'm into old martial arts movies and concepts. It's a reason for everyone. Some people reason might because their family might have been slaughtered or whatever. Someone might want to learn lessons to overcome weakness, X, Y, Z. But the spirit of you is going to take you how far or how short that craft that you indulging with, depending on your degree. This is what I'm saying, because you can get everything you want. Remember, I tell people I don't hide nothing from no one. It's nothing new under the sun.
Couple cats came here and got burned.
Yes,
Burned themselves.
And so that's the only way I can say it. I tell people, I'm like, well, if you do this, this was going to happen. And so since brothers are asking, we'll be a little bit literal, but we won't have to say any names, but we just throw it out there. We've had people that come across us, and I tell people to playing like this, and they choose to do the whole other thing, and I'm like, this is going to happen. And what happens? Exactly what I said. I'm not saying I'm no know-it-all. I've been doing this too long. And I know when your angle is off and when you got criminal all in your face and you a grown man and you don't learn how to be a criminal, nothing can stop that. No Moors came to me wanting to learn the divine, but my muftis. Every Moor that I meet or that people they bring, they always come with, I'm trying to get off the grid. I'm trying to get off this with a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Not me.
Right. I know. I'm just saying that at the average. And so when I talk about these things, when I ask questions, I say we don't talk the teachings. Now we should be open to make sure no one else running burning houses, because
I'm trying
people
to be all the grand standing on my square. You did.
and you can get all the desires of your
Who
heart.
said that?
Mobile Simeon, you can get, and that's what I tell people. It's like, why you got to be poor and broke because you in the science? Why you got to be a radical? I ain't no radical. I ain't no damn activist. This ain't no act. This is my life. I'm a divine minister, and I don't have to be poor or broke. I'm not no damn poor righteous teacher. You not either. The Creator gave you skills, and so what I tell people, this is a different type of science that you're dealing with right here. You know?
Yes, sir.
You know?
Do you have access to the Holy Quran, correct?
Me, I could get a copy, but I read the life of Muhammad, but I haven't got a chance to read the Holy Quran yet. No.
Well, I'm talking.
You got the Moorish Quran. You talking about the Moorish Quran?
Oh, the Moorish Quran. Yes, I have a copy. Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So as it ties to the teaching today, check out chapter 38. It's entitled "The Holy Instructions from the Prophet, the Soul of Man." You know what I'm saying? And just tie it with today's teachings if you can.
Okay, let me write that down. Chapter 38.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so
thank you.
Yeah, and we can keep, like I said, we got a little bit more time. Well, somebody said, what do you mean by nothing can stop that? I don't understand what he meant by that when he said nothing can stop that. But any other questions, man? Like, those were good questions. But also, Noble Simeon, to make it plain, like in Moorish science, in the Moorish Quran, in chapter 5, when it says these are the tools in the toolbox that perfect man. Yeah, the workshop of the mind is very similar. When we look at these tools, they're very similar. They just using different synonyms to explain the same thing. You know, that's like esoteric Christianity or the Lesser Mysteries by Annie Besant. All these old things, you'll be like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Just like Nobles, it's so much stuff, man, that a lot of brothers really have to sit down with an eye, and and you can start seeing things and be like, oh, just just connecting things, because a lot of people don't even know who Joseph Rudolph is. Do y'all?
No.
See? And I told people, when you do a little research, everybody started calling me like my brothers that grew up in the nation. They be like, Sheik, how you know this? I'm an educator. When you say all you got to do is a simple Google search is, who is Joseph Rudolph? And you'll see who kind of took some of Joseph Rudolph teachings, and J. Franks Norris.
But all they teachers come from ancient wisdom.
Well, that's Jehovah Witness stuff. And then Joseph Rudolph, and you'll start seeing a lot of Far Muhammad stuff. Is all of that stuff saying the same? I'm telling you what I know, with all respect, with all love for everyone. The rabbit hole get deep, and then all that stuff you will be hearing about a spaceship and all this big head scientist. You'll be like, well, these sound like some old Jehovah Witnesses books by Joseph Rutherford. And then you'll start hearing a lot of stuff to catch brothers. It'll be radio sermons from J. Franks Norris. See, people don't know what I know what I'm telling you. I'm just making it plain. This stuff is not hard. This is just my life. So the brother was saying, you were speaking about those that out here hurting others and having an evil heart. You said, what do you mean by nothing can stop that? Oh, well, them out here having an evil heart, that nothing can stop it because individuals want to be caught up. Like, the reason why you can't stop people from being criminals, because if you're a criminal as well, they're going to link up with you. Like right now, if I was a criminal to Noble Simeon, and that's the newest brothers that's been joining us, and if I just told Noble Simeon, because he might have been looking for this, and I could say it in a fashion and double talk to make it seem like I'm telling the truth when I say, I can nationalize you and give me your social security number, do all this, and I can do all this, and I can say I can make you some travel document, a whole bunch of fugazi stuff, and I can go to Office Max and Depot and get a fake seal that really is meaningless, and come up with all this fugazi, all this stuff, and think, and he'd think something really happened. He'd think he'd be riding around with a whole bunch of stacks of papers, but really I'm lying. He don't know. Why? Because that's what he's looking for. That's why I can't be stopped. Why? Because people come to me, oh man, this person on the internet that's saying this and this and this, and I said, oh yeah, I knew them when they were skinny. And they'd be like, what you mean? They just changed. They just took off the feds. They just stopped saying more science and jump in that Roger Elvick, sovereign citizen, overthrow the government, militia, paradigm, European, Albion, Trinidite, take your black ass to prison stuff. Excuse my candor. Excuse my candor. So that's why I talk freely. Hell, my mom on here. That's why I said my mom got a son or somebody that she know, and I'm like, Mom, what do they want to know about more science? Hit me up. But I know what videos they was watching. I know why parents be thinking their kids done went freaking ziggity boom because they don't watch some video of that individual talking out the side of his neck, and nobody would admit it. Everybody be talking about elder fucking schmelder. Nobody gonna lead you in no burning house. You get put over on the highway or in the street, and somebody started talking about some secret meeting on some damn Jekyll Island. Man, you got to be retarded. And if it's a secret meeting, how the hell you know about it? Yeah. So that's why I'm saying nothing can be stopped, and don't nobody say something. So I know angles. No one want to learn the truth, and the truth is here. Our prophet taught the truth. Other God men taught the truth before them. I don't have to be dead to speak the truth. So help me God. But when I'm dealing with brothers and sisters, and that's the angle I said, Noble Simeon, if I was cut like that, I could have gave an individual anything they want. My Muftis know it. I could have been like, yeah, I can nationalize you and make you some goofy ID. And that's all Negroes want is some paper, some stupid paper with an ID with their face with a fez on. Like that means something.
You know, one thing I couldn't get over about me studying that subject is that when you just keep looking and looking through it, it has no basis or no foundation. You really can't find a lot of anything that they cite. It's all another person that was into the sovereign citizen movement. You can never find like the root in law a lot of times. It's like most of the time you can't. The right to travel stuff that's been upheld with Supreme Court, but you fucking yourself trying to battle with cops on the road and stuff like that. But like most of this stuff, it's like so hard to find. And normally has like it's an endless rabbit hole that leads you in circles. So you definitely speaking the truth.
And nobles. And I'm glad we have these conversations because I know so many people that done lost their lives. I used to know this angry man used to be on the internet a long time ago. This is our land. I said he gonna get all the rest of his teeth knocked out. Sure enough. Sure enough. Because I know people angle. Just because you put a fez on and take a picture with your driver's license don't make you no damn Moroccan. Are you that retarded?
Descendants of them, but that's about it.
And so I'm glad when people, and just like with driving, and I ask you this, Noble Simeon, these simple questions I ask brothers. When you put your car in gear and drive, or in that gear, do it say drive or traveling?
It say D.
What that mean? What that mean?
It's supposed to be drive, yeah.
Okay. So you do got the right to travel though, right?
Yeah,
right?
egress and regress. Yes, definitely.
You got the right to, but how? But the right to travel how?
Horse.
Horse carriage.
I don't
Now,
know. I'm not going to act
Planes,
like
trains, and automobiles.
So boom, wait.
I
So
can
now,
guess.
so that's the key. There's no you can't arbitrarily explain the law. So when you say I don't know, I can lock you up for what? Contempt of court. You done came to my court playing. Because that's how I do you. That's how I do you. I ask you a simple question.
Oh, and then I would say by any means, I would say locomotive. If I was playing that game, I would say like locomotive.
Okay, well I say you ain't
motor
even
vehicle. Not motor vehicle. I would say anything but motor vehicle because that's what's in the books, the law books. So maybe automobile, but I'd probably say locomotive or
mechanical. When you look at the local laws and the traffic laws in that state, when you look at the local laws and the traffic laws in that state that govern by the bylaws, it's gonna trump everything because you ain't in federal court.
Yeah, but you'll lose in federal, but you can anyway. You're right. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you on it.
Listen, you're not
upheld in federal court.
Listen, what I just said. You're not in federal court. Driving without or with license ain't no federal offense.
Yeah, but they can't usurp the Constitution. So you're gonna lose in state court, but you have a right. You have a right to appeal. And if they take
you got the right to walk down the street with no shoes on.
But think about it. Look, guess how much time you done tied up out of your life?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. I said that. Yeah. It's been upheld in Supreme Court, but it's not worth dealing with all of that. It's nothing that you get out of that unless you end up trying to get some money, but it's not even worth it. I don't think so, at least.
And this is more, and all I'm saying, this be Moore's degree. When a lot of Moors get into this science, all I'm saying is they done watched some videos and they saw some people profess some things, and they say that your birth certificate is connected to millions. Have y'all heard this?
Yes. Not the birth certificate. The birth certificate, yes. And then the social security is the Certificate v. Trust. But they say the birth certificate has a QSIP number, that red number on the back. If you speak to a broker, then you're publicly traded. They got these LEI numbers that you can look up and all of that. But it doesn't belong to you because if you look on top of the state, look on top of the birth certificate, it has the state there. Anytime you send a document, let's say from a business, and it has their heading letterhead has a business, it belongs to that business. So that birth certificate belongs to the state. Same thing as your driver's license. That's their money.
Once again, I always ask brothers, I really do. And this the part of understanding to deal with civics, you must be civil. Because I talk about precedent in law cases, dot number, and Free Information Act. When people talk about these specific with me, I say, give me the precedent in law case. Give me the dot number. They can't give it to me. So this is what I know. And I know people's real names. I just be waiting. And then traffic law, I got every state traffic law little blue book. Every state traffic law. And so when we dealing with traffic law, I tell brothers, I say, it's not a federal offense. So when we talk about dealing with federal driving, it's a driving infraction. It ain't nothing to do with federal. So when people, what I'm saying, when you go that route, you're going to lose. Just like child support. How I know, man, this is my profession.
Oh, man. You know that traffic court is not a constitutional court too, right?
Man, I know all that. I know all that.
Infraction.
Yeah.
But how
But
we handle
if you have a
it just
car with a plate on it, you already subject. You already in that jurisdiction.
You
Pure point blank.
registered. You already
point
registered,
blank. You are,
definitely.
Yeah.
so when you and
Point blank.
so now let me
You
tell
sign
you
a
how we
contract.
operate as a group. We have vehicles. No vehicle will be registered in my name or my noble's name. Every vehicle will be registered in the temple. Be doing business
Yeah,
as. Everything have a
the
plate will say
ministry.
what? Now for hire or now for profit. Our plates will say now for hire or now for profit. Why? Because we
And
operate
there will be
under a different
bonding.
jurisdiction. I keep telling people they want to do things by themselves. You're not a sovereign citizen. But that's what people be getting twisted. I just broke down in the DAP class. What was the lesson in the DAP class yesterday, y'all? What was the phrase? Come on, y'all. What was the phrase?
Right.
Law of what? In
Succession.
religion? Come on. If you're going over people's heads, I say everybody want to follow all this stuff, and they still didn't research what I said. Law, succession, and religion. It went over most people's heads.
You don't
It's
know
gonna.
how genius that is.
I
You
know
don't know
they
how genius
don't.
that is. Because all you gotta do is look at the First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do is look at number one. You don't need to go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Everything
There's a
else,
symbol. I
yeah,
be
take
trying to
care.
help brothers. I be trying to tell brothers to slow down like you playing a dangerous game. It's just like if I'm trying to bring up crimes for someone. Why would I change everything? Why would I want a status correction? No, I can correct a mistake. I can annex my L to my bay. But if I'm bringing up charges to someone, and if I say I correct it, when I go to court, I don't have no evidence. Like it's a conversation that need to be had from a scholarly perspective. So
And you
when the
can't
person don't,
can't use none of the evidence because you done changed the name of the evidence, right?
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
you tamper with the evidence. Absolutely. So it's null and void. I be telling people this, but they don't hear it. I say, dude, come on. You know?
Islam.
Hey.
And so people keep talking about what do we do? And I'm like, what do you mean? What, you want to be a paper terrorist? It's no such thing as expatriating from the de facto government. I tell people this all day. What do you mean? That's a hoodwink. You expatriate from the de facto government, then who you have allegiance to.
It
That's
just
when you become a
sounds
domestic
good.
terrorist. Because it sounds good.
The one thing that we can do is come together under the religious laws.
Exactly. I was just about to
And
say
I
that.
done said the answer. I said the answer already, and people keep talking about what they want to do individually. That
The,
we missing it.
the answer that I've seen is religion. It's asset estate, like claiming your estate, like your last name, and trying to build and put assets in there for your children, which is in the Bible as well, and then community.
That's a
Coming
trust.
together. Yeah, trust
Mhm.
exactly.
Or
And those
how we
three.
are a theocracy, like the state booklet, how the Moorish Science Temple was set up. I talked about this yesterday in a little bit of class I did last night. That's why when I be putting stuff out there, I'll be hoping all my brothers and my members and students to catch on. I broke stuff down in a state booklet that'd be like, damn, it'll
Question:
digress people.
what's the difference between you say
Theocracy.
the
Yeah.
theocracy, and then trust? What's the difference between that? Because I definitely
Yeah.
missed that class.
You got. I tell you what, I sent you the state booklet. Go in the state booklet, look over that, and then get a look, and then come back. I
Okay,
gave you got the state booklet. Go right in the
I
state booklet.
did.
It's right in the introduction. You can't miss it. And
Okay,
and the question that you just asked me, you're gonna answer it yourself. I promise you will,
okay, all right.
because that's how we set up. We set up with it's something that's over us that govern us. You know, and that's why it's basic in certain things. When I say the work is already done, I tell people I don't tell no people what to do, but when it's done the right way, it's easy.
You can point them in the right direction. Like you look at this,
Yes,
look at
as a
this over
teacher,
there.
that's what I do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
matter of fact, right now, since we got a little bit more time, I got the state booklet pulled up right now. Let me Malik, do anybody know what a theocracy is of how we set up? Just like when I talk about state. The thing about this stuff, y'all, about moral science and how we do it, where we doing it the right way, and I need the brothers and sisters because we are a state. Because the state is the people permanently occupying a fixed territory, bound together by common law, habits, and customs, into the body politic, exercising. And I'm glad you asking this. Body politic. Now don't get caught up with the word body politic. Exercising through the medium of an organized government, independent sovereignty, and control over all persons and things within the boundaries, capable of making war and peace, and of entering into international relationships with other communities of the globe, a political unity, concretely view a state, listen to this, is a body politic possessing sovereignty, and any politic possessing sovereignty is entitled to be called a state. I hope we
Hello,
understand.
somebody.
And I say you got to know the basics. I don't care what anybody say. Videos when they say, "Well, this is more science," and how to, you a lie. There ain't no truth in you. Why? Because all the government, all the judges got this. This is free information. When they be lying about some 1099 or some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, you can get that from the county clerk, recorder of deeds. I give it to everybody. I pass it out. That old sheik and his wife, they lied. The 1099 ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. It's a religious affidavit, and these are just facts, man. And you can't be upset with this. You're gonna go to jail.
But if you do know how to use it properly, you can set it up that you can set up things.
Yeah, but if done
But you have
properly,
to do it with a body politic, was what it said from the beginning.
yeah, it's simple. There's nothing wrong with doing this. When I tell people this is the right way to do it, people doing criminal things. A body politic is defined as a social compact by which the whole people covenant with each citizen, and each citizen with
Bylaws
the
and the
whole
whole
people.
nine.
Yes, and
Yeah,
all
your
shall be
Constitution.
governed. Yep, and all shall be governed by what? Certain laws for the common good. Also, a term applied to what? A municipal, a corporation, a school district, a county, a city, a state, or what? Public association. I hope everybody catching this. And so when looking at the term government, we can see that this term has a connection with the term state, body politic, and body corporate. And we can understand the similarities of these particular terms. Now you got to
That's part of
remember,
being a true part of being a true republic. Being part
yeah,
of a true republic. That's what that is.
yeah. And government, once we going back to Latin, Gerber Canaculums, which is defined as the system of polity in the state, that form of fundamental rules and principles by which a nation or state is governed. Polity is the form of government, whether theocracy, federal, anarchy, etc. There are many forms of governments, but this particular form of government that the Moore Science Temple is, that the Burning Bush Science Temple and School is what? Theocracy.
Bureaucracy, yeah.
And the theocracy, Noah Simeon, is defined as a government of a state by the immediate direction of God.
Hello, somebody.
See? Or by the assumed direction of a superstitious divinity, or the state does govern. So when I say the divine come first and people don't be catching, they be like, man, she be talking in the science, but nobody else is from the temples when they be lying. I'm from the temple and I created my own school. I got to keep putting out my adapt papers. I'm telling you, you're not in line. And all I do is pull up the paperwork with the temple to show you that everybody that's doing this is fascist and you're going to jail. It's not more science. Period. It ain't ordained from God. It can't be. And members of this body politic, we recognize that the creator God Allah alone guides this divine and national movement. And a theocratic entity differs from the form of a secular entity. And the Moore Science Temple of America is a divine and national movement that has divine laws and holy laws. We have divine laws and holy laws, and we don't try to overthrow no government. We ain't out here to cause confusion. Remember, your ID is for your salvation. Stop flashing your ID at Europeans. It causes confusion. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these orders are violated, justice must then take its course. If you don't want to abide by these teachings, return your fez, stop wearing your turban and your fez, and return to where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement. We ain't out here for no confusion. This is the only way members are to uphold and preserve. If we are to earn the name what? Afforded in our Act 7.
Faithful.
Divine and constitutional bylaws. Read in your Act 7. See? And then the Moore Science Temple of America was established as a religious corporation. How? By following the affidavit of organization. It's the document 1010-5905, where these Moors be lying talking about it's some trust fund. It ain't nothing to trust. It ain't no trustees. What you got to trust? Nothing. That's an affidavit of organization. And I showed y'all the paperwork from the CCRD. So everybody can stop with
body politic.
So it's not a trust, but it is a house that already has been built.
Yes. Just like the Burning Bush Tabernacle. Same thing. Can't nobody create it. My movies, this is going to be on for life.
Right.
It don't stop. That's how we create it. They are the beneficiary. They can sign
Technically,
for
it is a
anything.
trust because anything could be a trust as a grantor, a beneficiary, and somebody to
But
follow through with it, which is the trustee.
Trustee.
but
Yeah.
this is bigger than that. This is, but see, we a state. This is
I'm
the
just saying it's a trust relationship.
yeah, or a trustee. Okay, and that's a good. I'm glad you said that. Now watch this, noble Simeon. If it's a trust relationship, what are we trusting? Your word, or do we got assets? Because we ain't got. If I can't trust your goddamn go word, you damn sure ain't going to be my trustee. And if we and
Right.
then
It's the movement.
see, and
So
so then
peep,
if it ain't no
That's the
assets, then
trust.
what are
The
we
trust
talking about?
res. No, the trust res is the movement. It's the information. It's that. It's passing that on. It's the like we would say the Holy Quran. You know,
That is
that's
the teachings.
the
If you're gonna
teachings.
sit in
Yeah.
front of the temple and we teach the right way, it's a way to teach. It's a way to teach the divine and nationality and teach our people that they're not Negroes. All the Moorish Science Temples of America was organized under the Herbst Smith Revised Status, Chapter 32. It was an act concerning corporations, Section 36, Religious Corporation Act. Now, I don't know about no more scientific inks or no more science temple of the worlds. I'm talking about the one temple that Noble Idris Ali set up. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. So how can any subordinate temple under the Moorish Science Temple of America not operate under this? That's all I'm telling people. It's a way to do things. And if you want to do things the right way, you have to deal with ones that's doing the right way. If you want to deal with
Islam.
those that's going to teach you all these things, well, you know and I know those type of individuals, Noble Simeon, be in different camps. And they'd be hearing it, be like, yeah, I dealt with such and such, it didn't work. I dealt with brother Polite, it didn't work. I dealt with this brother, I gave my paperwork. I was dealing with all these people. Yeah, we know. We
You
know
see,
people
but
get caught up.
those type of people is the people I like because they're looking, not the ones that have a criminal minded, but the
Mhm.
ones that know that something that they're not fully fulfilled. They're looking, they're searching. They're not, you know, their energy centers, their chakra points are in a line, are activated, so they might be searching in the wrong place, but they know something is out of whack, and they're trying to find, you know, their source or the truth. You know,
But see, everybody have the truth, and see, and that's what, and I love these conversations. But what's the truth? Like
the
this is
truth
what I always.
is
The truth don't. Yeah,
everything is
truth never
within.
changes. It don't have size. And the truth no, don't change.
Right.
And everything has been done. All I say something good shit, getting people caught up. Like we're not in those days no more. We're not in the '60s with the civil rights movement. We're not in those days. Everybody say they free. Everybody say they working. They got money. And look at it now. We digress. And that's why I'm saying it's nothing new. And nobody. All I'm saying, I teach freely. When people be saying, "Oh, the white man is," what white man? I graduated from academia. When people talk about all the power that be they gonna stop us doing this, who? Who you talk about? Or
Well,
some
you know
people.
what it is
Mm.
they try to use this new and old word, right? And so they think, oh, that's old. That's what they did back then. I said, okay, look at what they was doing back then. Look at what you're doing now. Which way would you rather have it?
Right. We don't even have no lunch program. Like we can't even come together. Brothers work every day, and these brothers didn't have nothing. Just like when I just have to be honest, since we talking. That's like when Fire Muhammad came to Detroit, or when he went to Mississippi, because he went in the down south first and in certain areas and got all them poor people to give pennies. We ain't in that same situation, and look what they created. When I say we digress, everybody have
Yeah,
their own ultimatum. We digress because they had less
because we're
than, and
not
look what
coming
they did.
together.
Yes, we not coming together. So people looking at these things, they following figures because you think you're gonna get something. People think they
Yeah.
finna activate some. People think they finna activate some shock and they finna turn to Trans or Z, or they finna turn to a goddamn Autobahn.
Why
I don't get
not?
it. That's what they think.
I'm
Yeah,
trying. I'm trying to levitate.
But I get that. But the levitation is your see, and this the thing when everybody talk about levitating and astroplaning, it's your mind. You can ask
that's
and see,
right.
and this is what people missing. They think you got to leave outside the body. No, it's your mind. It's your. That's why I tell everybody it's their mind. The same thing Bobby Hemmett be talking about. This is nothing new. Like all this book stuff, this ain't nothing new. But don't nobody know how to activate it. It's the mind. It's the mental. I don't give a damn how many books Negroes read.
and
Islam, she
before we can do the extraordinary, we must be able to do the
the
ordinary.
ordinary.
Copy.
Islam,
Mm,
Islam, and that's why we
It's
see
wrong.
Islam to this beautiful conversation. I would say peace. Um, but this is why we look at what we call when she mentioned the divine and national movement. Why does divine? so suppressed. You know, it's like the divine aspect of the movement has been buried in a shallow grave.
It ain't that. That's accountability word. They don't want to use that.
Yeah, but see what we like if we like the simple things, and like she would say, we paying attention. This whole advent of AI and a virtual reality, so to speak, isn't just by accident. Like these things are put in front of us to give us a pictorial, to give us a window into what's already there. It's like, okay, well, you ain't gonna go inside. I'm gonna bring some things outside and show you just a glimpse of what's inside. So we are forming at the mouth after artificial intelligence,
Come on.
not realizing we are intelligent beings. Why? Because
we are the
all our organs communicate. We just all of these things are disconnected.
Yeah, it's based off the human body.
Because we done buried the divine part of the movement in a shallow grave and running towards the national when you will ask these questions come up in the national journey because you bypassed it in a divine discovery.
Yeah.
So AI and pharmaceutical medicine is the same thing. I hope y'all caught that. AI is artificial intelligence, right? And pharmaceutical medicine is based off of food and herbs. AI is based off the human body. That's why it's artificial.
Right.
We are the official intelligence, right? Pharmaceutical grade is the copy of the original grade.
Islam.
In other words, synthetic.
Synthetic, yeah. It's another word for it, yeah.
And that's what I'll be and I love wisdom from all sources. Like I said, I've been around different crafts. My noble Alonzo been in different houses. We all been in different houses. And this is when I say we have to have these conversations because just even I'm on my YouTube page, a person says, how do we well, what do we do? And I've been asking people like, what are you trying to do? Because we have to be honest when I ask a person, what are you trying to do? Where have you got whatever you thinking about in your head? Because I don't know how to pick in people's heads. So I ask the person, well, they say, well, I need to do a status correction. And I say, what's the status correction? Or I need to authenticate my birth certificate. And I say, well, what? Like, what are all these things? That's when, and so if you're not been in a certain structure where you seeing the divine come first, and all these things will be it will be laid on a platform for you so easy. You will see it all. You'll be like, oh, well, this is this. I don't need to worry about this. Certain stuff that the average man that's a rogue get caught up in. The person that's under discipline and doctrine, just like any other religious person, they're going to come with their religious dogmatic perspective. A true person is going to come with their understanding and be like, no. But everybody don't want it like that. And as we going back to what Noble Alonzo just said again, everybody don't want it. Everybody get into it with their own thing. And that's the problem. When people come into this with expectations. My Noble brought a guest. Yeah, my Noble brought a guest. And we didn't disrespect him, but it got to the point where I said, and I'm looking at this brother age, and I'm seeing where he at. I said, oh, this man, I said, where are you getting all this stuff from? And so when I started asking the same questions, brother Simeon, a different words, yeah, he told on himself. He told where he watched the video from. He told the whole. I said, that's not more science, brother. That's not.
Yeah. He was sitting in his kitchen. I remember.
Yeah, and so that's all I ask brothers when they say they studying more science. I say, well, more science. They have their own bylaws. They have their own divine creed. They have their own Holy Quran. Like I hope what you're not teaching is something you got off the internet from someone that's not even connected to the More Science Temple of America. Now, More Science Temple Inc. Okay, I don't know the great More Science Temple of the world. Okay, but it's not the More Science Temple of America. That you can look up how the prophet set it up, that you can get all the paperwork from the CCRD. It's not the More Science Temple of America, because the More Science Temple of America got bylaws and divine creeds the same way the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school does.
What you mean? It's the top flight security of the world, Craig.
You can look it up. You can't fake it.
Thank you.
It's already there. I know you talked about the state booklet. It's already there. It's already there. It's like when it was brought out, the jewel was the Quran, right? The knowledge, order, rhythm, astronomy, astrology, nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm.
you know, it's difficult to even get to a rhythm. Why? Because people have a lack of knowledge, right? And they don't want to be in order. Look,
Yep.
you can't get to the rhythm. It's like that knowledge piece, which is the foundation, was the key to all aspects of life. You know that? When you're dealing with the mathematics of it, it comes first. So when you dealing with that knowledge brings a certain order. And when you rocking and when you connected to any network that's rocking like that, you got a certain rhythm. You
Mhm.
can't deny that. And a
Right.
lot of times we find ourselves like out of rhythm because your knowledge, you think you know something, but you all over the place. It's no order. And I'm not trying to say it's easy in a sense where you know we dealing with everything, but we gotta have some type of semblance of order to even get to a rhythm before we get to astrology, astronomy, and the nature of everything in existence. We gotta get
Order.
that part. With that, I say Islam because
Islam.
that's the piece. That's the
Islam.
positive education that you know what I mean that we need. That positive education activates. You know what I'm saying?
The order.
What we need to do, but we got to get
Right.
that knowledge, and we got to connect with like minds that's in a certain order because that's how we get that rhythm, and that's how we do what we do. But understanding that it's going to be shaky until you get to that point. With that, I say Islam.
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 Islam,
Mom.
Islam, man. Islam. Like I said, I don't have too much. It's just glad that we were able to open this discussion up as we close. But it's no such thing as a dumb question. I want brothers to be open here. Like this is a safe place. But like I said, there's no reason if you think something or somebody came with you with some scam to be like, hey, we'll talk about it. Be like, well, this was brought to me. You don't have to say names. We could say whoever doing it. You don't want to do that because we're not going to send no one in a burning house. And if you can stop someone from doing something, from being excited, because there's nothing wrong with excitement. That's another thing too. There's nothing wrong with excitement. And when you see your brothers that be decked out in their turbans and they regalia and they be standing strong and they be passionate, that's a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. But passion must be directed in the right manifestation. You know what I mean? Passion must be directed in the right manifestation. You don't want to confuse passion for your own understanding, for your own perspective. You don't want to confuse that. And
Islam.
so all energy is good. And so with that, I say Islam as well. But also, I challenge my brothers. Like I think somebody said they read the Quran. I think that was a Noble Simeon. And I asked brothers, y'all heard of the Nation of Islam, right?
Yes.
Do y'all know what Quran? Do y'all know what Quran they study?
He was telling us about the
Look
guy
up
in the picture who wrote it.
Mulana Muhammad Ali and look up all he's written a plethora. It's on a green Quran.
Mhm.
Like I said, like it's so much that we can talk about and we can synchronize. Like, did y'all look up Joseph Rutherford?
Not yet.
All these
I'm gonna
things
write
you're
that
gonna
down.
all these things you're gonna start seeing. Be like, whoa.
Mhm.
Joseph Rutherford teachings.
Definitely add that the new age father to that Pascal Beverly Randolph as well.
Yep. I gotta find my document, man, because it's a document that it shows Joseph Rutherford during the same time Fire Muhammad came to Detroit. You know, all that Jehovah Witness stuff is from that area, and I have all the Jehovah Witness manuscripts. I'll just leave y'all with a little bit of this as we close. From when you do a real easy search, you can see that Elijah Muhammad and the early Nation of Islam were significantly influenced by the teachings of Joseph Rudolph, the second president of the Jehovah Witnesses, the Watchtower Society. So when you start hearing about the spacecrafts and all that Yakub stuff,
Watchtower.
a lot of that stuff is Jehovah Witness stuff. You can't be mad at me. Both of them share a similar work. When they say just because they're similar, it's not the same. Okay, well, if this older than that, We talk about that. Well, the Bible, the flood story come from the Gilgamesh, but we can stand strong to talk about all that. But then when we find out stuff, that stuff not original as you think, and it come from this, now you get mad.
That's
And
because
I
they
showed
didn't
y'all,
know.
and I showed y'all a lot of stuff. And I showed y'all, remember, as we close, I showed y'all something that came from the World Almanac. Remember, I showed y'all that last time. Some shit word for word, where y'all thought some stuff was authentic. And I said, now, if I show you something that came from the World Almanac that everybody had, when you talk about the little red book, the Supreme Wisdom, to Far Muhammad, to the Lost Nation of Islam, that little red book, and the square mileage of all the stuff, that come from the World Almanac,
Oh, you
word for
talking about
word.
the size of Africa, right?
All of, like in a red book, in a Supreme Lessons red book, from Far Muhammad to the Lost Nation of Islam, a lot of those geographic areas and all that stuff come from the World Almanac, come from this World
Yeah.
Almanac that I sent y'all a while ago, word for
Yeah.
word. I gave it to y'all. I gave it to y'all. I said, here go the stuff, and right there in your face, I show and improve, and I lecture this in scholarship. I love all my brothers, but you're not gonna come with no game. Just like when some Muslims say that's not Far Muhammad. Well, then I know old Muslims that's still alive, that's from the nation, and they say it's him, and then they say they ain't his picture. But then when you blow up the picture, who you see right next to him? Noble Alonzo.
Or Muhammad.
No, next
Oh
to
no,
Fire,
that was the other dude, other brother.
Ugan Ali. Ugan Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when they say that ain't him and I, we're not arguing that. What I'm saying is we must teach the truth. We must stand strong. This is what I'm trying to tell my brothers and sisters today in the teachings. The heart got to be pure. That's all I'm saying. And we can stand strong.
Teacher from no biasness.
Look, Genesis said the red book. How do I find that? I have them all. You Noble, anything I talk about, I have a full library. Noble, Genesis 1 to 29. I have all these, everything that I talk about as an educator and a scholar and a lecturer, anything that I talk about, anything that I reference, I have it in my library. So you see all of my brothers on here, everything that I talk about, they have it. Everything they talk about, they have it all. And I have over 1 million books and documents that I converted to ebooks, and I have a real library. And so I just want us to understand this science, you know.
Yep.
Any other questions as we close? We on here. Any other questions?
I just want to say that what the Mufti said, I think he mentioned it on another call that he just finished speaking. He was just saying, because I think I was asking you, about the the process, like what's the steps that you take, like to become an adept and the temple and the school, and it got to the point where it's like, you gotta search within and have that clean heart. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's what it starts with. And that's just been resonating with me. So I'm not sure which Mufti said it, but I just want to let him know. I just want to say thank you, peace and love for that,
Brian.
for that piece of light.
And Nova Simeon is, and it's so funny you said that. I can say this again as well. How do I get from you? Mamu, I think one of my Brian's, I put my phone number in there. But anyway, Noble Simeon, and then it's all on the will of the student. Now, for me, I never discourage curiousness. I never discourage honest one to learn more, as you should, because everybody learning capability or aptitude is all at different levels. So for me, when a person to say, well, what do it takes? You take yourself through it. I'm just a map and a guide. You know when you're ready, and I just hold your hand. And it's the same way with my brothers. Everyone know what level that they are. Some nobles are more prepared than this, than that. Some nobles are astute. Some nobles can put things together. But as a body, what we figure out, we like Voltron. So we come together and make things happen, and we all get credit.
Yeah, and it's
That's
beautiful how you separate all of the business, the the transportation, the freedom sovereign citizen stuff, and you focus on the science of it.
mhm,
And I'm thinking it's just all, it kind of is all one, but just the way that you that's what draw me to you, because I was like, oh, he's not just talking about nationalism and claiming this nationality and just awakening that way. You was teaching like from this like a spiritual aspect, and teaching the
mhm,
science of it and history and I was like, wow, this is different. You know, I have to divulge some time into this and give some attention to this, and you know, I'm glad I'm here. You know,
And I'm glad you're here too. Because I
Dude,
don't have
thank
these
you.
conversations with so many different platforms. I done had me and my noble Lamarck, Noble Simeon. I done had people that come from that RV Bay publishing stuff. And when I talk to them, like they have to start telling the truth. And one guy said, man, I can't even look at you straight. He's like, because you know I'm lying. He says, like you be looking through people. He said, man, you know we coming over. He was like, Sheik, we lying, ain't we? I said, well, tell me what's going on. And when I tell them from love and I show them this stuff, they be like, well, why nobody ain't showing us this? I said, they don't want to.
I have an
You have
agenda.
to want to do this. You have to want to be a criminal and you have to want to be right. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. And so for me, you know, with this science, I know what degree need to be talked to. I can, the freedoms and all that national side, all that's done. Like all that, when people say, oh, they need to do this, it's already done. If things has been done, all we must do what is enforce it. Think about what I'm saying. It's nothing to change. If things has already been done, if I say this already been done, and I say if the house is already built, then you must do what? Enforce what's already been done. Enforce the law. Enforce it. If this already for the record, and it's on the record, if I talk about the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15, Noble Simeon, and I say we have the right of a nationality and the right to change it, no one will be arbitrarily denied of a nationality and the right to change it, and to claim a child replaces the birth certificate. Well, damn it, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. That got to do with us. Think about what's done. These precedent in law, this is already done. So now we talk about the inner work, the work that need to correct how we operate, use the tools today, use the vernacular today that make us a people. When our brothers say they Hebrew Israelites and they're Indians, I get that. But our prophet was specific on what he taught. And today we deal with specifics in a court of law. We deal with specifics. We deal with precedent in law cases, doc number, Free Information Act. We deal with the truth of the matter. And we do things for the record. And so I think, once again, it's just a way to do things, man. But civics and history and law, that's separate than more science. Because I promise you, because the brothers and sisters that's teaching so-called civics and all this stuff, they shouldn't be teaching that. You shouldn't be teaching no law or no court. Nobody run no court cases. None of these people with their real names. I know these people names that y'all be following on the internet. Nobody wouldn't say nothing. You know when I'm telling the truth, Simeon, because you asked me about a character. You know, none of these people won no court cases. None. I hope y'all know that. None. Because I say, I'll give you their real name and I'll show you what happened. None of them. So what we talking about? Once again, with all this paper terrorist stuff, with all this expatriated from the de facto government, nobody can even tell you what that means. No one. No one can tell you, and you've been hearing this, oh, we need a de facto from the de facto government. And everybody heard that mess before. My muftis heard it before. We had to correct some teachings before we couldn't move farther with each other. Am I right?
Yeah.
Islam.
I mean, so if nobody have any other questions or nothing, man, thank you all for your time. Like I said, please subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube channel. Please use me as a source, brothers and sisters. I have a full library. I give you stuff for pennies and a dollar. Don't stay away. Use me. I have any piece of wisdom that you think of, that you heard of. I have it. From Esoteric to Rosicrucian to Sheikh Anadiab to Ivy Van Sertima to any of our scholars. Anything. I have them from all other scholars, from all other educators. And we go over this together. Like I said, I have a whole book list of all our scholars, a whole historical book list, So once again, family and friends, thank y'all for taking time out y'all day. Check out our Temple and School at Burning Bush Tabernacle, sign Temple and School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if don't nobody have any other questions you don't have, we're about to get out of here. But Noble Simeon, like I said, I'm waiting for you. Tassel is coming, man. I switched vendors. I don't like to send stuff piece by piece. I got a whole box set up for you. So it should be in this week, man. I got a whole bunch of gifts for you that's set right here in my box. So, man, please be patient for me, man, as I'm switching some things up and I'm transitioning, moving and going back and forth from Michigan, doing a whole bunch of other things, just trying to set things up, man. And I continue to try to do this ministry, and I hope my will and the Creator's will once again in line so we can have another brick and mortar so brothers can
Of
come to,
course,
so we can
of
have our
course, that's going to
library.
happen. I can't wait for that campaign. I'm gonna be pushing it, getting donations. But I want my regalia because I remember
Oh,
that
it's
pin
coming.
that you had, the pin that you had of the Moors. I think the Black Moor. I think I'm not sure if you called it the Black. I think
Oh,
you
there's
called it the Black.
Brian on here now. I think Brian, is Brian on here? No, but Brian, is he on
Islam.
here? No, but Brian, do you still got that information for the Morris heads where you got, because I couldn't find it, because I know you had got some as well
I
from that
found
same
some
source.
on Amazon, but I got a couple of I'm gonna be making my turban with what you give me, and I'm can't wait to start working the regalia because I think it's fly. I went to school for fashion, so
Mhm.
I'm interested in this and pursuing this look. Of course, the my heart is in the right place, and I know
Yep,
that the knowledge comes first.
yep.
But just being a part of the
Come on.
organization, you know what
And
I'm
I
saying,
smell
I'm
it on you.
excited
I
about
smell
that.
it on you, Simeon. I smell
Islam.
the
And I do
zeal.
have that
I
info.
smell the excitement. And that's the beauty of it, the confidence. Even our tunics, like I'm going to send you a tunic as well. Like I said, I'm in the process of relocating. So our tunics, they come cotton or silk. I got a couple put away and I got in storage. So I'm just reorganizing everything to get back into my zone. But we have everything. We like even my muftis, even though we have a website, but a lot of stuff I get wholesale, and I just like to support my muftis. Like a lot of shirts I wear, I create, and so it's just like I said, man. I'm so excited for you, man, on your journey. I'm so excited with the confidence that you have, and it's good to where brothers get confidence when they see others. And this is what I be telling people. I said if I was dealing with Noble Simeon, say if it was me, and this is something that I like, man, I'm intrigued. Oh man, them turbans and all that, and then once they see us at our 5th annual Morris Ball meet and greet with our attire on, with our uniforms, with our logos on it, and we all synchronize. It's a
Hmm.
beautiful thing. It is a beautiful
Definitely.
thing. When
Mm-hmm.
you see us when you see us interacting with each other in the world, it's a beautiful thing. And it is a beautiful thing to deal with some on ground floor. That means we stakeholders. I'm going back to Malik because it ain't just about the dollars. That means we have equity in what we're doing. Why? We have a say so. You know what I mean? We want this to work. So all that, I want everybody on here. No matter if you a member or haven't been coming to the BBT, you are a member. You are a member. You continue to come to class. You get with me. You call me. Y'all got my number. Noble Genesis, my number 602-473-8767. My email is my last name, Goodman, GOODMANKHARY @gmail.com. Get with me. Use me. And like I said, if y'all need books, man, I'll give you so many bundles. Why? Because I can. I'm the source. You ain't got to worry about no Amazon. I hate using other people's names and things, but I have to be specific. I need my people to be successful. I ain't nothing without y'all. We make Amazon successful. We make Jeff Bezos a millionaire. They're selling books for millions of dollars. I got all these books converted to PDFs and ebooks, and we can print them. Use me.
Islam.
Use me. Brothers say they only got $5 and $10. Man, I'll give you 10 books for $10. Ebooks. Use me and then tell your friends. And then you look them up and see how much they cost. I ain't no gatekeeper over wisdom, but I've done this work and I want to share it with all my friends and all my family. Because the only reason why we don't know this, Nobles, is because we haven't been introduced to it. I've been introduced to it, and all this stuff is old, and nobody can stop us. We can be just successful as any a big mega church. We can be just successful as Jeff Bezos if all my people support. And I promise y'all, hold me accountable. I'm gonna keep saying it. I ain't nothing without y'all. And I thank every one of y'all on here. I thank your mothers. I thank your fathers. If y'all gave $5 or 500 or no hundreds, and you just here for support, and to when you get there, you build up and enough to say, man, I want to support this brother. Hold me accountable. I'll give everybody a taxes and receipt. I promise y'all, and we can do something good. What you say, Noble, thank you. I'm new to a lot of these laws, knowing the truth about it. And thank you, Noble Genesis 1 and 29. And this is all I'm saying with my people. Like my mom and my dad said, as I close, because we've been going for 2 hours. We know a lot of our people hasn't went to school and educated. We know a lot of our people attention span is less than 30 minutes. We know the norm is not educating ourselves, but we do know the normal is the average misnomer black person have went to church. Am I right about what I'm saying?
Islam.
That's right.
The average person might not have went to a community college or went to university, but we know the average person have visited a church in a lifetime. So if we know this, if you're dealing with a brother that's educated and a divine minister, prophet, angel, teacher, and all that, I need to make it common. That's why I said we are a church, because y'all are people, and I can make something that's not common to us. This is what and everybody can fact check me from scholarship, from love. This is a new day. We talk about the Aquarian age. We talk about all our brothers and sisters that's dead and gone. I'm not dead and gone. I'm not a mortar. You not a mortar. We in the flesh, and we can change this stuff, y'all. We can change how the teaching, the gospel's been teaching. We can change what's been taught to us. We can show that we don't have to be afraid of no money, because Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19 clearly says, wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. Money is not the root to all evil when the heart is pure. So y'all, thank y'all again. Support your brother. Hit me up. Y'all got my phone number. You got everything you need. Get some books from me. Anything you need, I've written some books. Get those from me. Hit me up. I'll give you bundles, ebooks. I have to keep saying that. So once again, I love y'all, man. Noble Brian or Noble Malik, can you give us our Moorish American prayer? Alonzo, can you give us our benediction, if you don't mind? And if there's anything that you want to end with, please take us out, Noble. Oh, I do want to give gratitude. I'm sorry, y'all, for my mom and my parents. I have to say that. And my upbringing, like I always try to tell y'all, if I was some crazy and evil man, my parents wouldn't be supporting me. Like my parents wouldn't be here with me, supporting me on here, taking time out their day, being my biggest cheerleaders. I'm my mother and my father's teacher. I'm my mother and my father's sheep, but my dad is my elder. I hope y'all caught that.
Yes, sir.
And so it's an honor for my parents to be here, with me. It's an honor for them to understand. And that's what I tell everybody else when you're dealing with science. You can't convince your mother and father them they doing something wrong. What the science, the Holy Spirit got to be the teaching. If you teach in the right science, it'll all come back because we are people. And with that, I love y'all, man.
Yes, Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Shalom, Malakim, Ayah Asha Ayah, Hotel, Islam. Amen. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace, peace. We want to say grace and peace to Sheikh Kyrie for his time, his dedication, his heart, his purity, for coming to share before the people on today. We give you honor and high praise. We thank you for the Holy Spirit that moved in and out of our session today. We'd like to say thank you, and we give honor and praise for that demonstration. Now, to close us out, Father tells me benediction. It reads as follows: May the benison of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shouldst strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield in the manifest battle of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks of the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft, for behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, Al-Haq, Ya Muhammad. And at the BBT, when we say Al-Haq, that's Arabic and it stands for the truth. And when we say Ya Muhammad, that's Arabic as well, and it stands for the protector. We at the BBT see ourselves as truth protectors, and we cast our net out to all true and divine light seekers to come and join on to us, for the truth has no sides, for the truth is one, as man is with Allah. And with that, we say peace and love.
Peace.
Islam.
Love.
Peace,
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 peace, peace, peace.
Peace, 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 peace,
peace and love.
Peace and love, family. I
Peace
love
and
you.
Love.
Peace and love.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, or reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs at herbsofmyaunt.com. My Aunt Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. And for those musical stylings, be sure to check out bhbaymusic.com. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morrisachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night